Oh, that's a
Much
good
like
thing we could talk about. We could talk about school, our experiences in school. Dad used to be a top five in the state basketball player.
Top,
Your mic cut out. What'd you say?
not top five.
I mean,
Probably
close
top
enough.
three.
Okay.
What?
But were you ever a top 100 Fortnite player? Like me?
No, no. I had
Hmm.
over 100,000 kills in Modern Warfare.
Which one?
Which isn't a lot. The original back in 2008 ish, seven.
There weren't even like,
The good one.
yeah, but I guess that's pretty cool considering there's only like
Oh, it
20,000
wasn't
people
very
that
high.
played
I
it.
was in the top 10,000 at that time. But not a lot of people play compared to nowadays. Everybody plays now. Everybody. There's a
they
lady on
should.
TikTok, something grandma. You
Oh,
ever
I've
seen her?
seen her.
He pops
She's
off.
sick.
She's
I
I'm
mean,
good.
she's
telling
not
you.
good, but like for a 100-year-old woman, she's pretty good.
Yeah, man. Well, 97. No.
Is she 97?
She's
No,
not she's not that old.
there's
She's
no
oh my
way.
She's
god.
awesome though. I don't know her name though. It's something grandma. Gaming grandma or something like that.
Um,
Yeah, so school. We want to talk about school? School's changed a
I used to
lot.
be so. You know what's the problem with school is like it's not for everyone. Like I feel like I'm pretty smart, but I'm just bad at like being in a classroom.
Well, I think it is. I think everybody needs it. But
Okay,
I
back.
think they need certain core values of you have to learn how to speak and write. You need to learn how to do math. Uh, history. I don't really care much if you learn about history. You need to just. I think people need to live in the now. Sure, it's nice to learn about some of the old stuff that happened back in the day, but
Yeah, history's kind of useless.
science to a point is useful. If you're into
I think
science,
science
then
is useful.
in
I'm
Basic math
debatable.
is useful.
basic math,
I think
I think you need to learn to add, subtract.
up until
Yeah,
algebra one, like math is
Unless that's
good
the field of expertise you're going to go into, like
yeah.
because you use math in
construction
every
or
day.
architecture, you don't
You
need
don't
to
need it.
use it. You don't need trigonometry.
Yeah, I said
Yeah.
up until algebra one, but like
Yeah, but if you're going to be a rocket science, I'm sure some sort of calculation. So that's where math, higher levels of math would come into play.
Yeah.
But you're looking at 1% or not even 1% of the world is going
but
to be a
here
rocket
like let
scientist.
me I saw something the other day talking about like how like the core values of school aren't good.
No, there's a lot of people that like to push politics now in school and all the way down into the elementary levels. And there's no need for that. I mean, these kids need to learn. They don't need to know. I don't want to get.
Politics in elementary
Yeah,
school.
it's just unnecessary.
It really is.
These kids don't need to know what. I don't know. They need to bring back shop. If they don't have shop anymore, like auto shop, wood shop, home
Yeah, they need to
economics,
teach
They have
like
they have
people need to.
shops where I went when in my high school they had shops.
yeah, but they don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
Oh
I had it
really?
in mind. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
we had auto shop, wood shop,
Yeah, I took auto shop for 3 years.
and then what else was there? Home ec. I think that's necessary to learn.
It
I think
I
they need
think
to
says
it's like
teach
food science
taxes.
now, I think they call it.
you have X amount of students with Y types of interest and Z different talents. And then you still throw them into one pot and teach them the same stuff.
Yeah, I agree that you should not do that.
And then like that says the future football player gets diagnosed with ADHD because he can't pay attention in history class. And then the future designer can't go to university because he failed religion, chemistry, and physics. And then it says everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll live its whole life believing that it's can't or whatever, but it's stupid. So I just feel like
I don't think religion needs to be in a public school.
No.
I think they need to bring back the national anthem or whatever you say, the Pledge of Allegiance. I mean, you're part of a country.
I think that's still there, right?
Pledge of Allegiance? Do you guys do it, Ellen?
No.
Yeah, I don't think they do it.
Unless they do it in
Really?
Yeah.
unless they do it in elementary school, then do it in
They
middle
must
school.
have changed it because we did it.
Yeah, we did it, but I mean, I'm Gen X, so we did everything different.
I mean, I did it all the way up until I like 8th grade. I don't know if they still did it.
It must just be recent.
I don't know.
But I was never I wasn't bad at school, but I wasn't like I feel like I could have done a lot better.
Same.
Like
100%.
I broke my arm that one year and had all Fs. And then I had to get my grades all the way up to A's and B's to pass. I did that, but I wasn't good at it.
It was more social for me.
Same. I honestly went there to just talk to my friends.
Literally, same.
Like so 9th grade, I had a 0.05 GPA, which is
0.5?
0.5, not 0.5.
0.05?
Yeah, so I had to take.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You didn't have a 0.1?
Isn't that's impossible?
I did absolutely no homework.
So you did nothing.
Bombed every test. Right. So what? And I still graduated to the next grade
with a 0.05.
So what I did was I went to summer school and just did all my classes in like a 2-month span on a computer, and they accepted that. And I got like a BA average on doing that. Then work wasn't hard. I hate you have to learn how to teach certain people, and I couldn't be taught. I hated it.
Same. I don't like being told like this is how you have to do it. This is the way to do it.
Yeah, and there's always another way to do something. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also think I have ADD, but
I just
that's a whole nother podcast.
That's why I never liked math, because it was like you have to show your work or whatever. But gross.
Pop-Tart, baby.
Yeah, but it's a gross Pop-Tart.
I don't think it is.
That's funny.
But you have to show your work, and some people don't get their answers the same way as others do.
Right.
Like I have a whole different way of thinking than most people.
I do too. And my thought is, this is not going to be relevant in my future, so I didn't want to do it.
Few things in school to me were like, I'm gonna hold on. They don't even teach you about like credit, how to pay your bills,
taxes,
taxes.
That's
they don't
vital.
tell you about any of that.
Nope.
And then you're 18 and you're like, here you go. Like, yeah, let's do it.
Here's another thing I don't like. Is an 18-year-old fresh out of high school can get a $100,000 college loan, but can't get a $10,000 business loan from the same government.
Yeah, they know they're going to be paying it back their whole life.
Yeah, it's all rigged.
But yeah, it's bad.
How's school for you, El? Your mic is muted.
Muted.
I mean, what are some of the problems you face in school today? Is it social? Like
as a high schooler or middle schooler?
Like social and like.
Is there a lot of drama?
Like what are your grades?
one of my grades.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure. I can't check right now because we haven't got our login stuff yet.
You don't know what your grades are?
No.
You think they're good?
You're
Or
in
like
AP classes,
average.
aren't you?
I don't know. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
AP's hard. I was never AP kid.
I could have
I
been.
took one. I took AP my senior year.
Really?
Is that the year you had a .05?
No, that was freshman. I don't know what I had my senior year. I did okay.
I had
See,
like a 1.5.
I had to go to a private school that was a smaller setting
Yeah,
because
no,
it
not a
was
lot of
less chaos
social,
around me.
different teaching when it's less
Yeah.
students. Guess what my GPA is right now?
What?
3.5.
3.8.
3.8.
That's
So
good.
good. I'm so good.
What? Yeah,
Yeah, that's really good.
but it's easier
Stop
to
pushing on it.
it's easier to do something when I'm sitting alone doing it compared to when I was in the classroom.
And you got 25 other people.
Yeah, I have more time to do stuff. I can actually
Yeah.
think about what I want to say in like a writing piece. It's different,
Yeah.
but I like the social part of like public schools.
Yeah, I agree with that. The schools I went to, though, like Oli, I mean, they were big schools for me. I mean, what's the population, like 2,000 or 3,000 kids in it? Or is it that big anymore?
What?
Smaller now, probably.
Because they did add, what was that, Claudia up there? So they
Cloudy's
added high
K through
schools.
12.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
You guys
And
talking
then I
about
went
a
to
school up in Washington? Or
yeah,
a district?
Kitsap County
Shut up.
Sub County, baby.
under the constant cover of cloud and rain.
Is a town Forks.
It's a town, and
La
we
Push,
grew
baby.
up next. We grew up next to Fort and La Push, baby.
A little bit. It's probably 3
I
hours.
never saw the Collins though.
Mm-mm. I was just there. I didn't see them. I was looking. Saw their house. We went by their house.
Did you?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's funny.
Any childhood stories that come to mind?
I mean, what do you?
You got a lot, Dad, but something that won't incriminate you.
He ain't got nothing.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
nothing to be incriminated about.
I know. I was just.
Bro, what just happened? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I don't know what my computer's doing.
Your whole thing is scuffed, though.
Scuffed. Aw.
so stories.
You doing a
want stories?
test?
I mean,
With your phone light?
why don't you turn on your bedroom light or a lamp?
Yeah.
You got a lamp?
It is on.
It's dark.
It's dark in there. Are you in the corner or something?
Corner of
Yeah.
the room.
I don't know. Growing up in that area is kind of like growing up in the Outer Banks, I would say, because there's so much water. There's so much things to do on the water. I don't know
I
about
wish.
treasure hunting and what, but I mean, we
Hunting,
have
fishing, crabbing.
so much to. There was so much to do there because of the water and the atmosphere. You have Olympic National Park. You have the Cascades. So camping is vibrant there.
Huge, yeah.
Hiking is the thing.
Hiking,
Dang.
biking.
And the temperature stays at a level to where hiking and all that stuff is easy to do because it's not 400 degrees of humidity.
Yeah.
Well,
And you got the mountains to snowboard.
living here in Kentucky, it's you can't walk your car without being soaking wet as sweat from the humidity.
Yeah, it sucks having no AC in the car. Here, at least.
Or outside.
Man. Hot air with the windows down.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's not too bad. But I'll still sweat by the end of a 15-minute drive. I got a story from middle school. about like I used to ride the bus all the time. I would ride like I'd get up. So school started at like 7:40, and then I would get up at like 6 probably, because I had to go to like a bus depot and stuff. But there was always this one kid on my second bus.
Why are you laughing?
Because I already know what he did.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
There was always this second kid, or there was always this kid on the second bus. He was always, it was him and this other guy. They were Mexican. Had nothing to do with like their race, but I just remember they were always making fun of me and my friend. And so one day, after school, when I got on the bus, I started teasing him, and then he stood up to me, so I stood up, and I acted like I was gonna punch him, and then I pantsed him in front of everyone.
What? Oh my god.
I didn't. The funny thing is, I didn't think he had underwear on, but he just he didn't have boxers or boxer briefs. It was like
The
the
skivvies, the old school,
I
the
don't
tidy
know what-
whities.
yeah, something like that.
Oh my
Is it
god.
briefs or whatever?
Oh, that's funny.
But
Homie's wearing some briefs.
yeah, he never talked to me or looked at me ever again. So.
Oh, poor kid.
He
Eh?
remembers it to this day. That's
Yeah.
funny.
If you're out there, Jorge, my bad, bro.
Jorge. Oh man. Jorge. That reminds me. I have a friend named Jorge. He's a twin. Him and his brother are from Cuba, and they have they drive a Tesla. They worked at the job I used to work at, and when Dogecoin came out, they bought a bunch of Dogecoin. Well, then they got probably, I would say once their pile hit about 100,000, they sold it. And what happened was they sold it, and about 3 months later, Dogecoin blew up, and they lost
Dang.
out literally on probably a couple $1,000,000. So I'd have been, man, I couldn't believe that when they were telling me that. They didn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I've noticed that a lot of these foreigners will come to America and do better at living the American dream than Americans do.
You
If
wanna
you're
know
part
why
of this
that is?
system, then it's harder to do it when you just come in because
You don't
you have
realize
nothing else to lose.
you don't realize
when you-
like the big difference of America compared to other countries when you're born into it. So when you're born
Yeah.
in places like Cuba and stuff, and then you come into America, all they know is about the opportunities they can have.
Yeah.
So they just capitalize.
Like
on it.
they'll walk into a supermarket because they don't have food in their supermarkets. They have to stand in line. They have to wait in line for hours for just to get gas because of the communism. But they come here and they'll start crying in the store because they can't believe how much food is in it. It's insane. It sucks. I mean, we've been fortunate to be born into this country.
Yeah, I've thought about that. Like like being born into America compared to other countries.
Yeah.
There's only like 300 million people in America, and I was one of them to be born.
Right.
So
I mean, I don't know if that's a
blessed.
blessing or a curse.
I think it's a
mean,
blessing.
If the world ends,
I think
or
it's a
not
blessing
ends,
if we take a hold of that blessing.
if America goes into a world of darkness, like no power, no, none of that, the third world country people that live here will know how to survive over us
Yeah,
because
America would go down
they've been doing
first,
it for
though.
years.
If we had no internet and no power for more than a month, America we'd
It would
die.
implode. Yeah, everybody would start killing each other. They wouldn't know what to do.
Maybe the purge.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I can't post my dance on TikTok. I'm gonna go kill myself.
I had to delete TikTok.
I might.
I was laying there scrolling just
For
at
hours.
night. I'm like, I gotta get off this thing, man.
Man, that's
I just recently reinstalled it. Once we
Yeah.
started playing games again. I don't know.
yeah. I think I'm gonna.
I had
delete it
a
too.
I had like a 5-month span of no TikTok. It was actually more. But I don't know. I actually haven't been
Like-
on it.
Like
more
I don't
than
ever
an
get
hour
on
these past
Facebook. I
couple
could, if
weeks.
I could do that, then I could TikTok. I mean,
I deleted Facebook too.
I don't like
Facebook.
how Facebook
I hate
got
Facebook.
political. Man, they're terrible.
I
I
only have
can't see a
Snapchat.
single post without it being political.
Or COVID.
Only
That's
thing
like
I
everything,
see, only
yeah.
thing I have that I get on is Instagram.
I don't even have Instagram or Snap.
I haven't had
I have a
Snap in like
Snapchat.
3 years, 2 years.
I opened a Rumble account because I wanted to follow Andrew Tate and see what dumb things he said.
Yeah, right.
What's
He's
Rumble?
funny. It's like a social media.
Mm.
He's an interesting dude.
He's a little much for me, I think.
I mean, I don't really buy into, because if he got in my face with all that alpha male, I would honestly just do everything I can to knock him out.
Oh, I'd knock him out in one punch. I don't care if he was a
I
kickboxer.
I bet he has a glass jaw. He looks like he has a glass jaw. He has no neck muscles.
I think
The head would
everyone in the
whip
world
back,
is a
hit his
kickboxer.
shoulder.
I've never seen a kickboxer that isn't a world champion. Honestly,
Actually,
if you're
I
if
actually
you're a
have a friend on
kickboxer-
Facebook that's a world champion kickboxer.
yeah,
He
if
has a
you're a
belt.
kickboxer
What?
and not world champion,
I
then you're
grew up
not a
with him.
kickboxer.
So I've grown up with his name's Dave Nielsen. He goes by Crew Be Real. He has a gym in I want to say San Diego. It's called I don't know, American Kickboxing or something. But yeah, he was a champion. And then I have a friend who was a boxer named James Kendall. And I remember in 9th grade,
I'd
I
knock
knew he
him
was a
out.
boxer then. No, this dude's badass, Kendall. I remember in 9th grade, we were in like a science class, and me and him were just kind of standing up in the middle class before it started, and he threw one punch, hit me dead center in the chest, and I never saw it coming. It was so fast. I mean, I was literally like, I stood there in shock because he hit me so fast, and it kind of hurt. But I was like blown away. I mean, yeah, he's a badass. I think he got beat a couple times and kind of quit, like it messed with him in his head. He's a preacher now, which is a blessing to see.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting career switch.
Yeah. Well, he was always into God. I mean, that was his
Yeah.
James. His boxing name, I think, was James the Preacher Kendall or something like that. He's I believe he's Mexican, half maybe. I don't know. He married a girl that we went to high school with too, and
Oh.
they've been together ever since. They have kids. They have a big family, grandkids now. So yeah, it was neat to see what his career was, and then how he turned it into something even better with God. So that was pretty cool.
Interesting.
I played guy on my team ended up going to play for the 76ers in high school. He went to Olympic.
Really?
Yeah, John Coker. He was 6'10".
Of course he was.
Yeah. One time we were in it was before practice, and we were shooting, and the ball hit the rim. I shot a ball, and it was short, and it hit the rim and came straight down and hit him on top of the head. And he had his tongue out when it did it.
Oh,
Oh,
Dude, he chased me around the gym for like 10 minutes trying to fight me. I mean, and it's not like I meant to do it. Oh, here you go. But man, he chased me around the gym forever. I was laughing the whole time, though. I felt bad.
There was a fight in Falls yesterday.
A what?
Speak up.
A fight.
At school?
Yeah.
With boys or girls?
There's 2 girls.
uh-oh.
Girls
I have no
have
clue.
this.
About what? Hot Cheetos?
Hot
I
Cheeto
have no
girls.
clue.
What was
I
the
saw-
name of the hot Cheeto girl in your school?
Me?
There's always
Elizabeth?
one. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
That's the cow
I
girl
can see
or
that.
horse girl name.
We didn't have hot Cheetos back then.
It's
yeah,
a
but
different
there was
game back
always
then.
some ratchet
Yeah.
chick that loved a certain or like was known
Hot
for
stuff
something.
wasn't big back then. Not like it, man. It got huge. Like bacon got huge from like 2009 to 2000 to
You're
now.
saying bacon wasn't big in the
No,
70s?
bacon. Like in 2009-ish, 2008, bacon blew up. Like every
Bacon, the meat?
Meat.
Bacon. Bacon? You didn't eat bacon back then?
No, we did. I'm just first arbitrary thoughts. I just switched it up.
Oh my god, that's so random.
So they came out with bacon salt. Everything was bacon flavored. Like 2000.
I remember
It was,
that.
like, enormous. I couldn't believe it.
I hated
But hot
that.
Cheetos, we didn't have hot. We had hot stuff, but the hot pepper things that didn't come out until the later mid to early 2000s.
Yeah.
It wasn't big for us to eat that stuff back in the day. We had Tabasco.
Now it's
That's-
Valentina, baby.
Yeah, it's not very hot.
That's fire though.
All
What,
right.
Tabasco?
Valentina.
I haven't seen that.
It's so good.
I like sriracha.
It's good.
Sriracha's good.
This garlic hot sauce I have is good. Probably
All right.
not.
I got a scenario. You're stuck on a stranded island for the rest of your life, and you can only pick 3 movies to watch for the rest of your life. What are you picking?
3 movies?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and start us off. I'm gonna go Surf's Up,
Of
Hacksaw
course.
Ridge,
So
and Captain
You went old
America:
school.
Civil War.
Those are so like
Hacksaw Ridge is
different
an old school.
categories.
Hacksaw Ridge is like 20.
does that have to be a movie?
Yeah,
What are you trying to bring?
I'm trying to bring a how-to
trying to
guide on
bring a life raft,
escape the night.
life raft,
Can
and a
I-
paddle.
All right, here you
Like,
go.
what are these movies played on?
It doesn't matter.
It's
Okay,
just
okay.
metaphorical. It's like a
Fine.
I'd
right,
bring
here you
some
go.
matches.
Avatar, the Blue People movie.
Yeah.
Sandlot,
Okay,
because Sandlot's fire. The fireworks scene, 4th of July,
B tier.
and
Can it be TV or
Third
just
one?
a movie?
I don't
it
have a
could-
third
No,
one.
no, okay. We'll do TV shows separate.
That's it. Just 2.
So
Wait,
for
what?
me,
No Surf's Up.
what about you, Ella?
Have you watched
I
Surf's
I
Up?
mean,
Caleb?
you might as well just throw Surf's Up in there for my 3rd.
Surf's Up might be the
Surf's
greatest
Up.
animated movie of all
It's
time.
not.
It-
Who
It
who
not
plays
even
him? Shia LaBeouf,
Yeah,
Shia LaBeouf.
that's
Chicken
all you
Joe,
know.
Chicken Joe
fire.
is- All right, what's up, El? What's your top 3 movies you would bring?
Hamilton.
Hamilton? Is that a movie?
There's
it
a
counts.
movie. There's like a
Yeah.
movie out with the
Okay.
Uh, the real what's it called live action one of Aladdin, because that's a better one.
with Will Smith.
And that was the 3rd one I had. Oh, Grown Ups 2, because Grown
2?
Ups 2 is better. Yep.
He said 2. I don't know if I've seen 2. What are they
One
doing
is
2?
the superior grown-up movie.
I think number 1 was funny, but number 2 are they?
Number 2 has like Shaquille O'Neal in it.
Yeah, he's the cop.
He's the big cop.
Oh
with the
yes,
afro.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I've seen it.
They're
I've
rolling
seen
down
it,
the
yeah.
hill on the tire.
Yeah, he's flying down the hill on the tire. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I've seen that. Okay.
All right. If you want to be different. What about you, Dad?
I would bring Happy Gilmore.
Why are you looking right in the
That's-
camera?
That's great.
Oh,
Happy
sorry.
Gilmore.
I know. I was looking up to think. I didn't just forgot it was.
Uh, Happy Gilmore? Okay.
Happy Gilmore's fire.
Wait, you like Happy Gilmore?
Oh, it's my favorite Adam Sandler.
Billy Madison, bro.
When he goes to hit the ball, he's like, "So long, sucker."
I like Waterboy. I think Waterboy's hilarious.
Waterboy is funny.
He hit a ball in Happy Gilmore from the house, and he hits the guy in the head. And he goes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the guy goes,
Yeah.
"You hit that guy," and he goes, "Well, you shouldn't have been standing there." Oh, it's just so dumb. I'd probably do that. Usual Suspects.
That is a D tier movie.
Dude, you
Is
just
that what
never-
Kylo Ren?
No.
Oh. It's Kylo Ren from Star Wars.
And then
Yeah.
probably probably the original Iron Man. like the first Iron
That's
Man.
a good one. Okay, but what if it was
Ugh.
TV shows?
All right,
Finished
so
my
number one
test.
for me on that is Psych.
Psych. Yes.
Yeah. Psych
Number
is-
number two is probably Psych.
Whatever.
Whatever. I
All
got
right, so no, I would say Psych.
Ooh.
I always go to back and forth between Psych and I used to watch Chuck a lot. That's a good show.
Chuck is good.
And probably Friends. I mean, that's just always a go-to good one.
Classic.
Well, I'm like,
I'd probably go Psych.
dude, my computer turned off.
Outer Banks
Good choice.
Fire.
and Teen Wolf.
Oh,
Teen
okay.
Wolf. That'd be top 3.
I get rid of Chuck and probably throw Teen Wolf in there. I like it.
You'd rather have Friends over? I don't think Friends is that good.
Friends is classy. You know why Friends is good?
I like Friends.
I'd rather
I like
watch
David
The
Schwimmer.
Office over The Friends.
Oh no. Well, yeah, maybe. Friends was good because it was kind of racist. It was kind of sexist.
That is true.
And nobody cared back then. So it made things funnier. If I could watch Dave
Oh,
Chappelle
what
all
is
day,
going on?
I'd watch that.
Dude, I don't know. My
Dave Chappelle's
computer screen
funny.
turned off.
Yeah. They
Check
tried to
the
cancel
actual
him. You
monitor.
can't cancel Chappelle.
He doesn't care enough. Like,
No.
It's all going.
what are
Like,
we
my
doing? TV shows?
My
Yeah.
keyboard works and all, but
Oh, your TV screen turn off?
yeah,
I can still see you and
I
move your
know,
mouse.
but it's horrible.
I am.
Did you touch the keys on your keyboard?
I don't think so. My blinder may have.
Oh.
Eh? Okay,
Oh, I
whatever.
just
Um,
my computer.
All right, you can
Psych
go.
is
Caleb.
also on mine. Psych is number one.
Yeah, for
Psych
sure.
might be
Probably-
the greatest show.
The Office.
Yeah,
I'm an Office fan.
it was between Outer Banks or Office for me.
And Wilfred, I think, is probably my third.
That is actually a good show. I've only watched
It's
like one
funny,
season.
dude.
Of it.
It's funny.
That's where that's with what's his name, right? The
Elijah
Lord
Wood.
of the Rings. Yeah, Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
And
I'm gonna
then-
get rid of Outer Banks and put Daredevil.
Oh yes.
I like
Punisher.
Daredevil. Punisher, I
Daredevil-
thought was pretty good.
Is my
Punisher's
favorite
awesome.
show.
They're coming out with the new season of Daredevil, and it's going to be 18 episodes.
I saw that.
Finally, it's been a
Yes.
minute. I feel like
I know it.
nice.
What if you could have one tool on the island? What would you take?
A
Spork.
yacht.
A sport. A
Oh,
yacht.
A spork.
One tool.
One tool. One thing that's useful, other than a boat to get off.
A spork.
If I can have ammo, I'd probably say like a rifle.
Probably a spork.
Assuming
Okay.
there's food.
I'd probably take a car door.
What?
But when it's hot, I could roll the window down.
Whatever, dude. That's so dumb. Take an AC.
I would honestly take.
Probably a spork.
Are you digging?
An axe.
An axe or like something to cut wood, something
So
to...
with an axe, I can make other things with it.
I would take
Or
a
like
machete.
a machete.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
take a machete over an axe.
Because you can
I'm
make
taking a-
spears with that.
I'm taking
for
an AK.
fishing.
Come on.
I'll take a G36.
All right, if you could have one person in the world with you, and it can't be the three of us. It has to be
On the-
somebody completely
I want to
different.
pick one of you guys.
You say you wouldn't?
Who
I
would
could
it
pick
be?
anybody.
Yeah. So you know who I would probably pick Bear Grylls.
I was about to say.
And that way I could just chill on the beach while he rescues.
I probably pick someone from the show Lost.
Yeah, like Locke. Yeah, because he can.
Whoever
he has the
died
knife.
first.
Well, Locke has the knife.
I'd probably pick Sonny or whatever his name is.
I'd probably take Madeline Klein.
I don't know.
Oh my god! Out of
Just-
Banks.
Oh,
That's funny.
She's very beautiful to me.
you see it here.
C tier.
I don't even know. Which one is she?
Sarah Cameron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Come on.
would take the Wonder Woman chick. Gal Gadot.
I'll take Steve Irwin.
Oh man. Crikey.
Crikey, mate.
That dude could show you where the cloaca is.
Watch out for stingrays.
That was kind
Yeah.
of screwing us over on this whole thing.
It's alright.
All right, next. What's
Steve
next?
Irwin, dude.
Steve Irwin's funny. I
Class
used to
act.
watch him. I used to watch
So out
him.
of all the celebrities that have passed, I actually cried. I was sad. I mean,
He
I
was dope.
was in love with them. It'd be like the dog whisperer dying. Just loved watching them.
Caesar Milan.
Yeah, man.
I cried when Kobe Bryant died.
Oh, that was sad.
I was at work and I went around. I was like, dude, Kobe Bryant just died. Like, Kobe died. They're all like, no, he didn't. Stop. Go back to work.
Dang.
I was like,
That was sad, man. And then his daughter was.
Yeah,
and then
that's
the
what
other
made me
girl.
cry.
Wasn't there another girl too?
That's the worst part. Yeah.
Is that his daughter was with him? They were going to her game.
Man.
When was that? That felt like
a couple years ago?
yeah. Time flies. COVID's like almost 3 years old.
That ruined a lot of.
COVID changed the world. Literally, like nothing is the same anymore.
Caleb, are you vaccinated? How many have you gotten COVID? How many times?
One.
I'm vaccinated. I've gotten COVID 3 times.
I'm not vaccinated. I got
Have
it
you gotten
once.
COVID 3 times?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, but I didn't feel I only felt the first one I had. The other 2 I didn't feel any symptoms.
I didn't have the first round or whatever they called it. I had the second one.
I didn't
And
What do you mean?
so they had different variants that were coming out of it.
Oh, okay.
I had the second variant. But it wasn't, I mean, it actually had me there. It was pretty rough a little bit, but I've
The
been around
first night was
people.
rough.
I've been around people with it since, and I still haven't contracted. I think I'm just from
You're
the body's.
immune?
I think my body's ability to build up the immunities to the COVID to the COVID.
Maybe since you already had it, it's like
Yeah, but I think
That's why I think
vaccinated people will get it again.
the vaccines aren't supposed to keep you from getting it. It's supposed to keep
I think
you
it's
from
prevent people from building immunities, though.
No, it's building immunities for it. They're putting it into your
Oh.
system to build immunities for it. That's
Not
all.
COVID.
That's all of vaccines. Like that's a flu vaccine.
Right.
That's-
Flu's been tested for 50 years. COVID, we had
I can't get the flu
We were
vaccine.
the test subjects. The world was the test subjects for their vaccine.
I'm fine.
Are you? I don't mean that. I mean,
oh my god.
Okay.
because when I got COVID,
No, for
it
sure.
felt like to this day, I still have things like I can't smell certain things or taste certain things.
See, not me.
Really?
Yeah,
Not
it's
me.
it's affected me weird.
Huh.
Vaccine gang.
Maybe
baby.
it's something else.
Syphilis.
Syphilis.
Neurosyphilis. That's funny.
Are you excited for Doctor Disrespect's new game coming out?
No.
Is it free?
Society's game. I doubt it's free. It's Doctor Disrespect.
No,
If
I don't-
it's free, I will try and play it.
yeah.
If
So
it's money, I will not buy it.
What
I'll write
happened to
it down.
Dad?
I'm looking at his. I'm trying to see what it's called.
I don't
'Cause
think
I'm part-
anyone's excited
I'm
for
part
that
of his.
game.
I'm part of his Discord. or minutes. Oh, it's called Dead Drop
What's it? What is it?
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
I hate that. Ever since Fortnite came out, it's all people want to drop as battle royales.
I think it was before Fortnite, H1Z1.
Nothing was as big as Fortnite.
H1Z1 was fun.
PUBG. That was pretty big, wasn't it? I never
Not as-
played either of those two.
I'm saying there was big battle royales before Fortnite, but nothing was as big as Fortnite.
Oh no, Fortnite
Changed
Fortnite
gaming forever.
also put a ton of streamers on the map.
Yeah,
Like
it made so many people.
it
Ninja,
made. I mean,
Tatman,
Ninja was
Courage
somewhat of a
Shady.
streamer, but it made him.
Yeah.
I think Tim was made by Overwatch, wasn't he?
No way. He was
Really?
popular, like
He
Ninja
was popular.
but he didn't have 40,000 viewers popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I used to watch him on Overwatch.
he used to play
I
with
still watch him. On he's on YouTube now though.
He used to
He
play with
is?
what's his name on Overwatch?
He probably is
He-
on YouTube now.
Seaweed or
think
something like that?
Who?
Or I'm thinking
Seagull?
Seagull, yeah. He used to play with Seagull all the time.
Yeah.
I was
I
gonna
watched
bring up something.
Z-Laner. Have you ever watched Z-Laner?
Ella?
Mm-mm.
I'll go.
No, you're good.
No,
That's funny.
now she's mad at me probably because I said one thing.
Eh?
She doesn't understand that it's messing up everything I'm recording.
Oh, well,
I don't care.
you can edit this up.
What was I gonna say?
Streamers, Overwatch. So I watched Tim the Tatman, Z-Laner, Dr. Disrespect. I
Oh.
still watch Dr. Lupo. He does a lot of Tarkov.
I like watching Ninja still occasionally.
I was actually watching him earlier. I like Ninja.
But what I was gonna bring up was, I don't know if you saw it, Caleb, but the KSI boxing event.
Didn't he knock somebody out?
So the whole
did.
thing was he was fighting two people in one night, and he brought in like a pro boxer in quotations, and then like some British rapper, and that's who he fought. So it wasn't anyone like good at boxing, but
That's funny.
this pro boxer was a like 23-year-old Mexican dude that like he got hit once and he took a knee and he was like, what just happened? Like,
Yeah.
Got
He wasn't
folded.
a pro. Whatever league this pro was in is not pro. It was take the skinniest kid you've ever seen in your life, put gloves on him, very little skill, and throw him in the ring. This kid
It
was
was
not a
bad.
pro boxer. I don't know how he got to pro, but not good.
I don't think
He
he's
shouldn't
ever
have been in the ring.
No, he shouldn't have, but I don't think he's ever faced someone that's the same weight as him and can hit as hard as KSI.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm
When you-
interested in the Jake Paul, the one
Anderson
you're talking about.
Silva,
That's interesting. How old is Silva? 40, 42?
50.
Oh, he's that old?
I think he's pushing 50.
So Jake Paul's
47?
going to fight a 50-year-old
Yeah. He fought
who's not in his
a
prime.
retired
Well, he's gonna get paid. That's probably
basketball
why.
player, and he fought
He's-
a
47.
retired UFC fighter. He fought another UFC fighter that's retired. And-
I think they're doing good things for the sport of boxing, and I wish they would just fight a boxer. He's in
Here's
that.
the thing, boxing.
Paul's good enough to fight in the.
Yeah,
He's a big kid though. He can't fight light heavy. I don't know what's his weight.
he's like
Okay.
pushing 200.
So that's
Let's
heavyweight.
see.
That's
Let's
light
see.
heavyweight to heavyweight. He'll get smoked in a real boxing
No, I
against
think-
Tyson Fury and
That Tyson Fury's heavyweight.
right. Heavyweight's 200 and over, isn't it?
6'1".
No, 240 and over, I think. No.
He is 6'1", and he
Who?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. He might be like 190.
Why does it not show his weight? 192.
So 190 is cruiserweight.
Are you sure?
I think that if
Yeah.
he fought like I'm not saying he's bad. Again, I don't really watch the sport, but I do think if he fought like people current that are running it, that he'd probably lose.
I don't think so. I think if he fought pro
No,
boxers
heavyweight's-
in quotations, I think it would go to decision. I don't think
Heavyweight
he would
is
get
200 or
outboxed or
more.
anything.
So he's almost heavyweight. Yeah, I don't watch it enough to know any of these guys, but I know I'm not stepping.
I'm
in
excited for that Canelo Triple G fight. I don't know if you guys know that, but
No. Triple G. Who's that? Is that a streamer?
No.
I'm thinking of Triple Wreck. You remember him?
You think he's in the? Wait, didn't he get like assault charges on him or something?
Triple
Are you
Wreck?
kidding? I don't know.
Who's that?
I don't remember.
I don't know who Triple G is.
You mean Trainwreck?
Oh, there's Triple Wreck.
It was a Destiny streamer.
Yeah,
Oh,
back in D1.
screw Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny sucks.
Down with Destiny.
Yeah, that's cruiserweight. But what was I saying? I don't think boxing will ever surpass UFC.
Not anymore. Boxing's gone such downhill. That's why I think what Jake Paul's doing is good for boxing.
Yeah,
It's
but
getting
UFC
other
is so
people-
big now.
People like seeing the all-out fights with the grapples and the
Yeah.
takedowns
UFC is super entertaining.
and the legs. I'd watch it over boxing probably.
Yeah.
the knockouts, the kicks to the head.
Yeah, like that Edwards versus Usman. That knockout was insane.
I did see that knockout, I think.
He was undefeated and then he got knocked out by a leg kick to the head.
That's crazy.
That hurts.
Yeah, I bet. Just a little bit, probably.
I honestly think I could beat anyone in the world up in a fight.
You're like,
I mean,
I can't, and you can't beat me up.
that,
who says?
I say
I would.
I've actually been in
destroy you
fights.
That has nothing to do with it.
it has
I
everything
have-
to do with it.
nope.
You can't go in not knowing what you're going to see.
Yes, I
know what I've seen.
I have. How old are you?
48.
I have 30 years on you.
I have 30 fights on you. The streets,
You've been in 30 fights?
at least.
Why? Who you fighting?
Just it was different. I don't know. We fought a lot of. I mean, okay, take this for instance.
Have
Where
you
it's
told him that
state-
one fight?
Why I went to jail?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was it with
Well-
the golf club or something?
No,
Or
that
the
was-
pool
that
cue?
was-
or-
That was time.
Yeah, that was freaking. Oh, yeah, and he. Yeah, okay.
Samoans, man, they can throw down. So, we're at a club. This is probably 2001-ish, 2000. This is the Blue Dolphin in Spokane, Washington. Me, Dave, and two of our cousins. I'm standing there talking to someone, and I see one of my cousins on the side of me just go flying by, like somebody had pushed him. Well, there's a car there, so I couldn't see what was going on. So I walked over there, and this guy's like, just going ape shit. Like he's ripping his shirt off. He's like, do this, and then I come around the corner, and one of my cousins like, oh, that's what's up, you know. It's like,
Oh, my God.
so this dude throws a punch at me, and I step back, and it just kind of goes across my face and misses. Well, then I threw one, and I missed. Well, then he runs over to the side of his car So I'm thinking, but he didn't get in the front seat. He got in the back passenger. So I'm thinking he's getting a weapon or getting something. Well, I knew there was a cop sitting there watching this whole thing. He did nothing. So I go up and I grab the gun. I smash his head into the window and I throw him on the ground. And then I just get on top and just. So as I'm hitting him,
Damn.
his head's hitting the concrete too. It's like ba-boom, ba-boom. So I get up and I walk over to the cop and I pound on his hood and I say, "What are you doing?" Well, the cop gets out. Then the guy gets up and he's coming at me. So I just do a running kick and hit him just square across the jaw.
A running
A
kick.
running flying
You say
kick.
it so casually.
Well, then the cop gets out and he's like, "Man, I was scared." I said, "Dude, this is your job."
He said that. He's
Yeah.
like, I was scared.
He was scared, yeah.
He's new. He must have been new.
But I guess that somehow throughout the altercation, I punched the guy twice and kicked him once. It broke his nose, both his cheekbones, his jaw, and a leg. But
God damn.
when I went, so after they took him to the hospital, I thought I killed him. They take him to the hospital, find out he had a 0.28 blood alcohol, and he was tripped up on cocaine. So, and then after the whole incident, like I had to go to court. They're trying to get me for second degree assault or first degree, which is a felony. I'm like, no, that's ridiculous. And my lawyer, I had a public defender, so I didn't, wasn't a paid lawyer. And he's like, well, it's a pretty good deal. I said, you want me to take a felony for defending myself? And he's like, well, you did a lot of damage. I said, it's defense, man. You cannot turn off adrenaline. Well, the guy's like, well, okay, I'll take it back to them. I said, yeah, you take it back and make sure it comes back as a misdemeanor. Well, then they come back with fourth degree assault, misdemeanor. You get a year in jail. They'll suspend so and so many days, and you'll get out on good behavior in like 40 days. So I was like, fine. So I went to jail for 40 days.
How was it?
It was all right. So I'm in jail.
Drop the soap.
No, it's different, and it was weird because you could go and shower whenever you want, do whatever.
I dropped the soap on accident.
Ugh. So you can go on. They had a gym there. You could go play basketball and volleyball. So they had the volleyball net. And we're out there playing volleyball, and this dude comes up to me. This is in jail, and he's like, "You're the guy that beat up that one guy, aren't you?" So I looked at him like, "How do you know this?" He's like, "Oh, I'm good friends with him. I just got in here." He goes, "That dude kicks everybody's ass." I said, "What happened to him that night?" And he goes, "I don't know." So I'm like, he was a little scrawny kid. He was cool. But the jail, we had all you can eat salad bar. We had full meals, 3 square
What?
meals. Every
Moral
meal
of
had
the
a
story,
ball.
kids, go to jail.
So
well,
if you're
where's the
homeless,
jail? Where's the jail at?
it's in Airway
Did
Heights.
you
in
just say if
Spokane.
you're homeless?
Washington, though? Washington?
Yeah.
Because I heard from someone who I worked with who went to jail. He's like, I've been in jail in like 3 different states, and Washington jails are like the nicest jails out of the states I've been in.
Now, you don't ever want to. County jails are the worst. You get a peanut butter sandwich and an apple.
Yeah.
Prisons federal prisons are good, and state penitentiaries are probably the worst because that's where all your murderers. Most of your federal is going to be people who have committed fraud. So you're going to have like pencil pushers and things like that.
That's where you want to be.
Yeah. If you're a criminal. Choose your crimes wisely. So that was one fight. So when I was a senior in high school, it might have been in between my junior and senior year, I was playing for post 68 baseball. And we were in Spokane. I might have been playing for Ace Paving. I don't know, but we were in Spokane actually again for some reason. Spokane's where everybody fights. And we're at an arcade before the games, and this guy, like one of our pitchers, we're in the arcade playing. I got a couple. My cousin Keith was with me, and a couple other players are behind me. We're playing games, and one of our pitchers comes up and is like, "Moose." That's my nickname back then. "Moose, you got to come out, man. This guy's got nunchucks. He's trying to fight everybody."
What?
So it was like a scene of a movie. So I kind of
You're
flicked
like,
the controller.
nuts,
He's
Yeah,
got, he's got like a full on Fu Manchu.
So I kind of flicked the controller and like let's go, and everybody followed us out. There was like 40 people surrounding me and this one guy.
Oh
It was
my
That's
god.
insane. And so I'm just like, I mean, he was like,
Oh my gosh.
and then he dropped him. He missed a grab and they fell. So I like charged at him. He grabbed him real quick and took off running. I was like, fine, all right, we don't have to fight him. Let's go back to our hotel. On our way back to our hotel, this guy is in the middle of the street, like swinging at cars. And then he sees us and he comes over again, and there's like, man, he's in between us and the hotel now. This is pre-cell phones. There were no cell phones back then. We couldn't call anybody. And so he's out there flipping them. And finally I do a running kick.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
And it was like I kicked him square in the chest. He rolled back, dropped his nunchucks, and I had my room key, my hotel room key in my hand, sticking out like that. So every punch I threw was like into it.
Oh man.
That's dirty.
I'm
You should have
just
picked
saying,
up his nunchucks and beat him with them.
we kept them.
You
What?
kept him as a
Oh
souvenir.
my
The
god.
same pitcher that came and got us to begin with grabbed them and kept them. He's probably still has them to this day.
He's
Well-
framed. It's like framed.
Yeah.
After I fight this
It's like
guy,
signed moose.
Yeah.
after I fight this guy, he goes over into the little convenience store, and we're walking back over to the hotel now. And I look over, and there's our same pitcher over there talking to him. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You are such an instigator.
He's like,
I
yo.
got your nunchucks. That's
I mean, and then this pitcher picks up two chicks and brings them back to the room. Well, I mean, I'm 11th, 12th grade. This guy's in there sleeping with these two chicks.
really?
Yes, this dude was a mess. His name is John Murray. I don't remember his. He was cool. He was funny.
I got in a fight in Arizona. Not really a fight. Someone threw a scooter at me.
A scooter.
What?
Yeah. There was
That's their chosen
some
weapon?
Mexican kid that threw a scooter at me.
Why is Mexicans always messing
Here's
with
the
you?
no. Here's the thing. I have so many Mexican best friends, but some Mexicans don't like me. But yeah,
Right,
Do you
because you're
remember
friends
that?
with another Mexican.
you remember that, Dad?
No. Where were we? Oh,
Arizona.
that was in the little middle area of the apartments.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's when it happened.
yeah. I
Did he
also
live there?
Yeah. That's the thing. I'd go over to his apartment all the time and play Call of Duty with him.
Hmm.
And because I'm a god, I'd always win. But
Oh gosh, Jay Scubby, if you're watching this one, no.
no, I do have a pretty crazy story from Arizona. Not crazy, but like me, I always had like a set group of friends in Arizona at the apartment complex. They played baseball a lot, so we walked up to the Diamondbacks training place, like their training
Yeah, the spring
diamond
training
pitch
camp.
or whatever. Yeah. And that's like
It was across, like,
it
right
was
down the street
probably
from
like
us.
3 miles maybe.
I don't know if it was that far.
3 miles, maybe a little bit less. But Arizona, like midsummer, it was
Oh.
like dry heat, probably like 110 degrees. And
It
so
was hot.
I walked there. We played for probably an hour or two. And then I walked back. And I'm on the way back, we would pass our school. And so I'm like, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna sit down for a second. But then like an hour later, I wake up and I blacked out, and they went to go get their grandma because I blacked out. But I think I had already
I remember that.
walked back by that point. But
You remember when we were at Spokane and at the bite or whatever, where you go and eat all the food? Caleb, you were there. And you had, like, something was wrong with your leg, and we, like, had to leave you behind.
Oh yeah, my my sciatic nerve.
Yeah.
And I was like really hurting that day, and I was just like,
That's-
just go.
Yeah, the whole time we were trying to get a like a
That's
donut
funny.
burger or something.
Oh yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
when we
those
went
are-
to Aunt Dana's
Yeah.
and stayed?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that was fun.
it was cool. Spokane, a lot of stuff has happened with us, at least for me.
Remember that
I'm not a big.
Dodge we stayed, or not Dodge, but Lodge we stayed in winter
Yeah, that
with
was
a
pretty
bunch of
cool.
people, and we did like the gift swap.
Yeah, because David gave me like a roll of toilet paper or something
Aw.
Aw.
as an elephant gift.
I don't remember what I got, but I remember there was this one gift that I really wanted. It was it was like a little machine that like you'd make snowballs with. Like if
I
you
remember that.
collapse it together, it would make
Yeah.
snowballs. And I
Huh.
really wanted it, but
Because there was like 3 or 4 feet of snow out there where we were.
yeah.
Man,
We need to get a trip going someday.
I want to do Yellowstone or Yosemite. Yosemite's far for us. Yellowstone's a little more middle, but
They're both kind of
What can you do though in
close to
Yosemite
me.
or
Well, not close,
Yellowstone?
but like
they have hot springs, so it's like a hot
hot
tub, but
spring. You can
natural.
camp there, I think, too. Some places.
Oh yeah, campsites are huge. They have camping everywhere, all throughout
Like,
the
can you
park.
do what you can you fish and stuff? Can you do what
You
you
can
want?
fish. You can take a boat in the water. Yeah, there's not like you don't have like a guide all at any time. You just go there.
You
Okay.
probably run into some animals, but
Yeah, we saw bears, buffaloes, elk, deer.
Buffaloes?
Yeah,
Buffalo's so good though.
I mean
Buffalo Bills are a pretty good football team.
the Buffalo Burgers.
Burgers, yeah.
So Caleb, you have an aunt that lives in Marysville.
Marysville. I have my
yeah.
grandpa lives in Marysville.
Yeah, it's your dad's sister, I think.
She lives in Arizona.
She moved.
Kathy?
Does she have a redheaded husband?
Redheaded husband named Jeffrey.
I don't know his name.
Is her son named Clayton
She has a
or
son.
Clay?
Me
you
and
know
your
her
mom lived
name?
with her when she
Is
was
she
going to.
was she old?
I feel like she was
I have
older.
no idea then.
We lived with her in Marysville, and what's that get?
Buffalo.
Oh, she made spaghetti with buffalo meatballs.
Fire.
It was gross.
Oh really? Was
I
it?
don't know if it was.
I like
love
buffalo.
I do
Like the
too.
buffalo burgers are
Yes.
fire.
Yeah.
Maybe for meatballs
Is
it
that
wasn't
like
good.
on a restaurant
It
at a
might have
restaurant?
just because it might have been because it was with spaghetti and sauce.
I had ours with Grandpa Larry one year.
Really?
We went and picked because the one year we couldn't do it. We went to the reservation out there. I think one year they didn't have any, and then the year after that we found some and some fireworks at on the reservation out there. I think.
Oh yeah, it's the fireworks. Yeah, man, the reservation's got the best fireworks. Well,
I wish I went out there more, so, like as a kid to like jet ski and stuff and
yeah.
do stuff up there.
I think we needed to go to the. I used to go to. Okay, here's a story for you. We used to do a lot of crabbing. Me and Kelvin Guerrero, and Art Laza would go with us sometimes. But every Saturday night we'd go crabbing in a town called Port Townsend. And
I love Port Townsend.
oh man, it's awesome there. And we'd throw 2 pots out, and then bring them in, pull all the crabs out, put them in a big garbage can that we had, filled it with water, and then we'd take a couple out, and we had a little propane stove. We'd sit there and cook them, and we'd have a little stick of butter we'd melt, and we'd just eat crab, and we'd play Yahtzee while we're crabbing. Steve Lazo was with us this night. So on the way home, we got a garbage can full of crabs in the back of his Isuzu Trooper or whatever, and the car in front of us hits a deer in the head.
Oof.
And Kelvin's like, "Did you see that?" I'm like, what? He goes, "Oh, we got to go back." So he pulls over. Me and him walk back, and there's this deer. It's still breathing. He grabs the head and starts twisting it until it snaps. And he's like, "Here,
Oh
grab
my
the."
god.
He goes, "Grab the legs." I go, "Dude, that was just hit by a car. That meat's no good." "Oh, it's good. We're eating it." The
Oh
next
my
day, I go
God.
to his house. The deer's skinned and hanging up. He's already cutting meat off. I'm like, dude.
Oh
Did you
my
eat some?
goodness.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know, the Guamanians will make all kinds of dishes with meat. I mean, we had kiliguin, we had
Yeah,
all kinds of.
everywhere.
Kiliguin, the
Man,
reptile?
no, the deer, called it deer kiliguin or something like that. It's a Guamanian food type.
Oh.
That's funny.
Yeah. And that guy was awesome to be around. We had a lot, because he would DJ at night and we'd just hang out DJing.
I
It
never
was
met
fun.
him.
You never met Kelvin? You ever met
I never
Kaleo?
met any of them.
Huh. You ever meet
David,
Tyne?
Tyne, never met
No.
Tyne.
Dave
I
Fungal
never met
or
either of them. Any of
yeah.
them.
Huh. Man. Yeah, that was
That was the crew.
the crew. That was fun hanging out with them.
Yeah.
Bremerton was fun to grow up in. It was a cool town.
So Port Townsend is in like Squim. It's in like what's called. It's a something zone, like sun zone or something, where
Hmm.
it's like sunny almost all of the year because of where it is.
Really?
And so if it's really clear, you can like look out and just see Canada just right
What?
across the wall. Yeah.
I did not know that because it's right there by the Olympic Mountain.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like
And I feel
sunny
like
over
that would
there.
be under an overcast because of that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah, that
nice little town.
it is. It's very old.
Old people, yeah.
We were there once with the Katinas were there doing a concert. And their high school was like undefeated and like ranked #1 in the state. So it was so while we were there, the Katinas challenged the high school to a basketball game, and they let me play with them, and we beat them.
Oh,
I don't know if all like it wasn't all their starters, but it was maybe one or two of them. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun playing with them too.
Hmm.
That was before Katinas got big though, and then they moved over here to Nashville.
I want to go to Nashville for the try the food.
Yeah, I bet it's good down
I had
there.
Nashville, or I had, what's that place in Nashville? Starts with a T. No. It's at the bottom left of Nashville. Or of Tennessee, I guess.
Oh, Memphis.
Yeah.
Ta-
I had Memphis barbecue. That was pretty
that's
good.
I think the furthest down I've been in Tennessee is Chattanooga. Well, I've been to Atlanta, so I've been through all of it. But I stayed in Chattanooga for work once. Man, I love that town. That was nice. Grand Rapids, Michigan is nice.
Grand Rapids.
Yeah. I think they should make a show called Inner Banks. And I've told Tyler this. I might have told you too about the inner banks of the
You've
Ohio
told-
River and have a
you've
bunch
told-
of little hillbilly kids, maybe one black hillbilly kid or a couple. I don't care.
Oh my god!
And they'd be down there noodling, fishing with their arm, pulling out catfish.
I've always wanted
That'd
to
be
try
good.
that.
Yeah,
I wanted to do that.
So
it looks. I mean,
is it
they bite down
opposite?
pretty hard.
Like, do I want to do stuff that you guys have done, and that, or like that you had the opportunity to do because of where you live, and then you want to do stuff like in the places where I live? Like, you guys grew up around the ocean, like with jet skis and stuff, and I guess theoretically I grew up around fishing and noodling and just because
Hillbilly
of the
stuff.
area, yeah, hillbilly stuff.
Southern boy stuff.
I bet it would be worse if you lived outside of Louisville, to where
Like backwoods.
more backwoods, Appalachian style. That's more hillbilly. Louisville's
Yeah, that's city.
Louisville's like the rest of America, like a
Louisville's just
hillbilly.
like a big city,
It's like a
major
hillbilly,
city.
hillbilly with a Gucci belt.
Sure.
We have a lot of
Your mic is cutting in and out.
mine is.
Yeah, I don't think you're talking loud.
I was saying we have a lot of murders here.
Not compared to Washington.
Well, not serial killers. Washington's all about serial killers.
That's true. It really is.
They've had
But, like-
what, Green River, whatever that
Green
guy's
River.
name was. They had
Yeah.
Ted Bundy.
yeah, he did go through Washington. He killed somebody there. He's from Seattle. He went to Seattle college or something.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, he's like
I
Illinois.
don't even know who that is.
We had the one guy that worked at the place I worked at.
Wasn't that the Green River?
No, that was Green River was like probably started before I was born.
Oh yeah.
It went on for years. This guy was killing in Spokane. His name was what's his name? He
But
was
Louisville has kills, like murders. I know.
Robert
St.
Lee
Louis.
Yates.
St.
Oh,
Louis
Yates.
is big.
Yeah.
St. Louis has Chicago's
St.
got-
Louis is dangerous. Chicago's dangerous.
Yeah. But Louisville's they probably let me see what their murder rate's at. Right? They were
I bet
high.
St. Louis is probably the number one.
I bet. Well, maybe not. I was gonna say Florida has a lot, but maybe.
I mean, population too. Louisville so far this year has 111 homicides.
This year in 9 months?
Yeah.
Right,
Feel
8
like that.
months?
I feel it. No, that's about on pace of what they normally do. Crime lately, like it's not like the West Coast where, like in California, where people are walking in stores and just grabbing stuff and walking out. I don't think they're doing that here yet. But
West
you can get
Coast-
away with it in California. Apparently, if you keep it under $1,000, they can't do nothing to you.
They don't care enough.
West Coast
Yeah.
is kind of they're like calculated crime. Like it's always like mass serial killers that live in like the Idaho, Utah area like that.
Utah.
And then like I feel like it's gang violence a lot on the East Coast.
We had some serial killers on the East Coast, like what's his name, Son of Sam.
Oh yeah, he was a big one.
Yeah.
He would do crazy. That was like New York area.
And then what's his name that worked for the mafia? The Iceman, the Iceman. Ever seen that docu series?
Mm-mm.
This dude is man. There is pure darkness in that guy's eyes. He don't even care.
Speaking of serial killers, what's your favorite food?
So, right now, I think it's cheap. It's burgers. Like trying to perfect a good burger.
Burgers are nice. I cook burgers a lot if I have ground meat.
I do.
Um, I've been doing like big when I cook, I'll make like bigger chunks of meat now, to where I'm doing like a whole pork loin.
How was that, by the way?
Bro, I seasoned it actually real nice. I'm not gonna lie.
It was good.
It was
Then.
pretty good, man.
Was it dry?
No, dude.
Every time I make
Fat
the
side up. Fat side up.
Mm,
And I baked it so the fat runs down it. and
runs
just
down
kinda
it, yeah.
Base it, yeah.
Have you ever made like a pork shoulder, like pulled pork?
That's my next quest,
Oh,
I think.
man,
When
I
I get
love it.
paid, I kinda wanna do that.
I do it in a crock pot. So I mix it up with different flavors. Sometimes it's okay. I mean, but the meat is always so tender and juicy.
Mm-hmm. I need a crock pot.
Yeah, crock pot's good. I mean, if you could
Slow
slow cook
cooker?
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd have
That's
to go
good.
with burritos.
Really?
I could eat a Cholitos burrito every single day of my life.
Cholitos.
Weirdly, I'd probably say Costco pizza. I don't know
I don't like
why.
pizza enough.
I don't
but
either. But
I mess
Costco
with
pizzas
it.
are good. Let's see. There's very few pizzas that I like. Costco's one of. I haven't had Sam's, but it's supposed to be like Costco's.
Probably.
But yeah, I think for me it's burgers. Trying to find that crisp. I want to open one called Crunch Burger and have the buns toasted so much that when you bite it, the bun makes a crunch, like a not like a hard piece of crust
It's
or
like
something.
crumbles.
Just nice toasty.
Crumble burger instead of crumble cookie.
Oh,
I like crumble cookie.
I haven't had it, but I've heard good and bad stuff.
I've
It
never had
depends
it.
what flavors. What are the flavors this week? Chocolate chip, peanut butter, cinnamon roll, midnight
Like the
mint.
flavors change.
Every
Each
week.
week, 4 different flavors or whatever.
So right now it's milk chocolate chip, pumpkin chocolate chip, brownie batter, cookie butter lava, peanut butter cookies and cream, and the classic pink sugar.
How do you know what it is? Oh, here
You
it
just
is.
look
You
it
just
up.
look it up.
Dude, the pumpkin, I love anything pumpkin.
Milk chocolate chip, pumpkin chocolate chip, brownie batter, cookie butter
Eh?
lava. I mean, I don't understand what makes them so good.
They're big cookies.
They're big too. They're like
They're like cake, basically.
essentially thick boys.
I don't think I would like the pumpkin with chocolate chips,
I could see that.
but the pumpkin
I wonder if
party is
pumpkin with
awesome.
chocolate's fire.
Is cookie butter lava? That looks good.
Would you consider Leonardo DiCaprio the greatest actor of all time?
No, I don't think it's very good.
What?
You did say that he's like very
Monotone.
yeah.
It's like the same in every single movie. It's like watching Tom Cruise.
I don't know.
So you think
People think
I'm a
he's a good looking dude. That's
I'm a
what
Will
everybody
Smith
saw.
guy. I'm a Will Smith
no?
guy.
I don't like Will Smith.
You think
I'm
Will
Denzel
Smith is a
Washington.
good actor?
Denzel Washington's dope. I love Will Smith.
I mean, Denzel's pretty monotone too. He's always the cool black guy.
But here's the thing.
Remember the Titans?
I'd rather have acting that's more realistic than over exaggerated acting. I don't want someone that's not. I want it to be like real life. You don't have people like that in real life that are just super over exaggerated.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I grew up in in an era where acting was very emphasized.
Acting back then was so bad.
It was actually
Usual Suspects, that was bad.
now people come into movies and just play their own self and throw a name on it. I think YouTube's changed the way everybody does everything more. Music, movies. A lot of these people on YouTube end up being in movies. I mean, look at King Bach. Is that his name?
Who?
Yeah. The Vine guy?
Yeah. That dude got big. Started being in movies. So I think that's cool that YouTube's really created a platform for a lot of different people that would never have. See, back in my time, you didn't have 40,000 different rappers. You had Jay-Z, you had not even DMX, you had Run DMC. You had like 5 rappers back then, 6, 10 maybe. Now there's 8,000.
Biggie, Tupac.
So YouTube's really opened a window for a lot of people that wouldn't have got a chance.
The Baby.
You think anybody would have took a look at Post Malone and said, "This is the next thing"?
Yeah, because
No.
Eminem.
Oh, if Post Malone grew up in my time,
West
he would have
Side.
never made it. Neither would have Eminem, because back then it was rap game was all black. Well, we had Vanilla Ice, but he got booed everywhere.
Ice, baby.
That dude was big.
He got
And then,
booed.
yeah, after Ice Baby died off, I mean, nobody wanted to hear that.
Mm.
Then he had a movie come out called Cool as Ice. Man, it was hilarious.
I'd beat Vanilla Ice in a boxing match.
They should do that. Box
Oh.
Vanilla Ice versus Flavor Flav.
I gotta hop off.
All right, man.
All right. I
That was funny.
think we'll end it there.
Flavor Flav.
I'm gonna catch y'all later.